Hey everyone, what's going on? The Unconventional Outdoorsman here. Going to do a little another caliber comparison video. This one's going to be going over different types of topography where you might use these rounds in different types of land, whether it be flat land, more hilly type stuff, or if it's forested, wooded, brush type land, or whatever. So first off, I'm going to go with the shotgun here. This is a 12 gauge. This is birdshot. Personally, for deer, you have to use slugs. But shotguns are a good brush gun. You know, they keep going through the brush. Even if they hit a branch or two, they're going to just cut right through it and keep going. So shotguns are a good one. One of my favorites to use is a 12 gauge high brass slug, rifled slug out of an old Mossberg 500, something like that, with a little bit longer, like 20-inch barrel, something like that. But that's the good part about shotguns. I've hunted deer with 20 gauge slugs, 12 gauge slugs, all kind of stuff like that. Good thing about shotguns, are very versatile. Deer hunting, duck hunting, goose hunting, home defense, all kinds of stuff you can use a shotgun for. So definitely something to check out. The next one is one of my favorite types of rifle ammunition, stuff that I've hunted with most of my life now down in southern Missouri. It's a 30-30 Winchester. Now, a lot of guys who hunt in Missouri use this, and all over the country. It's a great round. Been in this country for over 100 years. It's proven. One of my favorite types of ammunition to use is Hornady Lever Revolution. This is not a sponsored video by any means. Just going to give you some of my honest opinions about this ammunition. Now, Hornady, I've used this kind of stuff with my dad for over a decade. I've never had a single malfunction with it. Cross my fingers when I say that. But it's a great type of ammunition. This is a 30-30. 160 grain. Lever Revolution is pretty innovative. It's got a ballistic tip on it. Most 30-30 ammunition doesn't. It's more of like a flat tip, lead tip, because when it's in the tube magazine, the problems they've had with ballistic tips in the past is that in the magazine, all of them would go off once you fire, which is not good. But 30-30 is good for brush. It's another brush gun. Very straight shooter out to about 100, 150 yards. But down where I hunt, getting a 50-yard shot on an animal is probably more than you're ever going to get. Because, you know, even if you are hunting in a meadow, something like a little clear area where there's hardly any trees or brush, problem is there's just so much wooded area. You got to be able to adapt to it. So 30-30 is definitely a good round, something I would recommend to hunters, and something I have used for years upon years in southern Missouri. It's very easy to find. This is a little bit more expensive because of the ballistic tip and the newer type of ammunition, but you can pick up a box of these for like $15 to $20. Alright, next to my, it's a new gun I have in the collection. I'll be making a video about it tomorrow, so be sure to stay tuned so you all can see that tomorrow. It is 6.5 Creedmoor. Now this is a very new round. It was developed by Hornady in 2007 as an improved 308 kind of. This is a 140 grain, and the reason I chose a 6.5 is, I'll just go into that a little bit. This is a 6.5 Creedmoor. Let's compare it to a 30-30. That way we know what we're looking at. So this is a 30-30 on the left and a 6.5 on the right. Now, the 6.5 is a amazing cartridge. It's got an effective range out to 1,000 yards. It's a top choice for elk hunters, even as one of their favorite rounds. But this is the reason why I chose it. Let's see if I can read this here. It's got a muzzle velocity of 2,725 feet per second, and at 500 yards, it's still going 1,796 feet per second, which is pretty damn amazing, to say the least. Now, energy foot-pounds per square inch, 2,300 pounds at the muzzle, and then at 5,000 yards, or 500 yards, god dang, 500 yards, 1,000 foot-pounds of energy. That's crazy. So it's a very cool round. Now this round is more for like the northern Missouri type. I'm gonna use Missouri for an example. You've got like flatter land, cornfield, stuff like that. People do long range shooting closer to Iowa, but it's just like something more for that. Not saying you can't use it in a more wooded area. If you do, you're probably gonna want to find like a meadow, or just be very careful about your shots. You probably will still be able to get a direct hit if you are shooting straight, but the problem is with more of a higher velocity round, if it hits a bigger branch, it might veer off. Really depends on where you're fishing, though, and what type of environment you're fishing. God, I've been making so many darn fishing videos. Where you're hunting at, and the type of environment and topography and woodland there. Do forgive me. It's really early. I'm tired. Haven't had any coffee yet. But that's 6.5 Creedmoor. New round in the collection. new firearm. So if you guys do want to see a couple of range videos with the 6.5, leave a comment down below and a like. The ranges around where I'm at are closed due to the thing going on. I'm not gonna say the word because YouTube is demonetizing it, but the incident we've got going on throughout the world right now. But I'll be making one soon enough. That's my dog, scared the crap out of me. He just literally just fell against the door. He likes to, whenever he wants to lay down, he literally just hits the floor. But anyways, on to the biggest caliber of the day. This is Granddaddy of all rounds that I own. Now this was my dad's gun before he passed, and now it's mine. So this is a 6.5 Creedmoor, and this is a 7mm Magnum. Now, the casing of this 7mm Magnum is almost bigger than the whole cartridge of the 6.5. Now it does have a slightly bigger bullet. I don't have a box of ammunition to show you. I just pulled these out of the safe. But it's a pretty big round. It's hefty. I think it's like it's actually a smaller bullet, I think, than the 6.5, but it's goes super fast. Now this is pretty big to even be using for whitetail. My dad used it all the time because he had the mentality of, I want to be able to take out anything in the forest, which was, I guess, is one way to look at it. But this is an older round. It was I think it was derived off of like the 7mm Mauser or something like that. But it's super highly powerful. It's even got more velocity than this thing. I think the effective range of this, like if you would have an accidental discharge and shoot your rifle at an angle, it could go on for like 7 miles, which is crazy. This is a really big beefcake round. Definitely, if I was going to use this, I would use it in more of a flat topography type land, you know, level land, cornfield, stuff like that, if I'm going to be doing like a 300 to 600 yard shot. But definitely a round that has been used in Missouri. You know, anybody who deer hunts out there knows there's always some guy or gal at the deer camp who's got, you know, like the 300 Weatherby, something like that. But hey, they're all effective. They've all taken down plenty of deer. So they're all good. All good rounds. So please subscribe if you haven't. Hit the notification bell, switch it to all notifications. That way you can know every time we drop an amazing video here on the channel. I will be making a video going over my new firearm tomorrow, so please stay tuned for that. And yeah, have a wonderful Sunday.